Tableau lets you round the ends of your bar charts, but it's all or nothing. Either you get sharp corners, or it's fully rounded on the ends. So if you want something between, I'll show how to control the roundness of your bars. That way you can style them exactly how you want. And in this example, I'm going to do sales by region. So I'll start by pulling region into the rows. Then I'll pull measure values into the columns, and sales, which is my metric, into the columns as well. Within the measure values list, I'm going to type -0.1, and that'll give us a buffer on the left side. For the right side, we have a few options for the buffer. We could either use a fixed buffer where I take the sum of sales and add a constant like 50. We could use a proportional buffer where I take the sum of sales and multiply it by 1.01. Or we could use a buffer relative to the max, which would be taking the sum of sales and adding the window max of the sum of sales times 0.01. Either way, we needed some sort of buffer, and I just wanted to show the different methods you can use. Next, I'm going to remove all the other measure values from the shelf, so we're left with just our left and right buffers. Then I'll right-click on sum of sales so I can make this a dual axis. For the first mark, which is our measure values, I'm going to change the type to a shape. Then I'll make measure names determine the shape. Using shape in the marks, I'll assign the left and right rounded ends. And I'm showing how I created these in Canva. It's just a rounded container with one curved side showing. Then adjusting the corner roundness setting in Canva, I can control how rounded the ends are. Next, I'll pull the region field into the shapes mark so I can make it a color. Then for the second mark, I'll change the type to a bar. That way it fills in the space between the rounded ends. And I'll also pull region into the mark as a color. I'll right-click on one of the axes to synchronize the bar and shapes. Then by adjusting the size sliders on both the bar and the shapes, I can align them so the rounded ends match perfectly with the bar. And this gives us a cohesive rounded bar where we got to control the roundness ourselves. And because both the bar and the shapes are colored by region, I can use the region legend to edit the colors. And once I assign each region a new color, you can see it transforms the entire rounded bar to that color. So now you're not stuck with the sharp edges or fully rounded bars. This trick lets you design custom ends in Canva, export them with a transparent background, and use them as shapes in Tableau. Just keep in mind that you may need to resize a bit if you're bringing this into a differently sized dashboard. But now at least you can fully control how rounded you want your bar chart to be.